What's up? We're back with another video. And this video is going to be all about love. Opinions on love, thoughts about love, maybe some knowledge about love. And perhaps maybe me whispering the whole time will make you sleep. Okay, I had to clear my throat. Or I could speak soft spoken, but I want to whisper today, so we're gonna be whispering today. So hopefully the light isn't too much in the background, but I kind of wanted it to be like that, so it's kind of shining this way instead of just having a blank wall as the background. But anyways, love. And before I get into this, okay, I'm gonna be completely honest and transparent because that's who I am. Out of the 18 years of my life, I've not been in one serious relationship. The only times I was in a relationship was in elementary school, 3 times, but that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Those aren't serious relationships. Those are just, kids being kids in my eyes. But the reason being is because there was a point in my high school career. Throughout middle school, I was a big kid, and the self-image that I had of myself wasn't very healthy, and people would say stuff, and it hurt me, but I growed and evolved through high school, and I was still a little bit big, and I was scared of going out and trying to find someone because I didn't think I was worthy of it, of love. But then there came a point in my life where I stopped searching, I stopped chasing, I stopped trying to find love, and realized that I had it within myself. And since then, there hasn't been a time where I've been searching or chasing or searching for love, because I don't need it. I have love within myself, and I've become comfortable with who I am and comfortable within myself as a whole being. And part of the reason why is because I learned to cultivate love within myself. And it's quite beautiful once you learn how to do that, because there's no longer that outside needing or wanting for love, because you already have love. So that's my 2 cents on my love relationships and stuff. There have been times where I have been able to have a relationship or a connection with someone, whatever you want to call it. But whenever I started to become who I was, truthfully, honestly, and just fully allow myself to be who I want to be, who I am with someone, it's too much for them. And I know I don't really know how to explain that other than people run from my love, and I don't know why. But perhaps it's too strong, maybe it's too powerful for them to handle. And that's okay. Rejection is divine protection. So whoever I have rejected, or perhaps maybe someone that has left my life that was perhaps close to getting into a relationship with me, perhaps there's too much to handle. Or maybe there's someone better out there that more suits you. I'm not really gonna go over it because it's not that big of a deal. You know, there's someone out there for everyone. All it takes is trust and patience. And until that happens, you cultivate the love within yourself and heal yourself so that when that person does come around, you are ready. But I want to say something about love, how complex but simple it is, really. Because on the outside, we've deemed love to be complex. Just because we've gotten too logical when it comes to love. When people are too logical in love, it can tend to become too fear-based. And that can be a problem. It is a problem. But only you can solve that problem within yourself, because only that trigger, whatever it is within you that's using your head over your heart when it comes to love, that's within you. There's something in there that you might have to work on. And I'm not saying you have to fix it, but you could work on it. You could grow. You can evolve. When it comes to love, you're meant to use your heart. You're meant to use your feelings. You're meant to use your emotions. And to put that simply and easily, your heart over your head. If you trust your heart in love, then you can disregard all that it is within the mind. Because when you trust your heart, it feels right. It feels meant to be. It feels like love. But when you use your mind, it's more of a challenge. You deem what can seem right or wrong in the person. You can deem you can perhaps have assumptions within the mind, expectations. There's a lot within the mind that can get you confused because you're not the thinker. You just are. When you start to feel the love rather than to think about the love, that's when freedom is achieved within yourself and within a relationship. An example of this would be, rather than to think about what it is someone is doing while you're gone, in love, perhaps maybe you might be thinking about how maybe they're out going with someone else. Maybe they're cheating on you. Whatever it is. That's fear-based. Fear in love is only going to cause problems. When you choose your heart, it comes naturally to trust the person that loves you and you love. And, it can be hard sometimes to try to trust people, but that's not the other person's problem. That's your problem. If you have trust issues, maybe you were dealt with them without even meaning to get those problems. It's just trauma, or maybe there's a blockage within you. But it's up to you if you want to unblock that or grow from that, evolve from that. When we tend to associate love with status as well, because that's what we have done. That's what we are doing sometimes. Well, some people are in society. They've made love a sort of status in this physical plane that we exist in. An example would be, say, you're talking to someone, and you are questioned. Have you found anyone yet? And then you say no, and then they might say, well, why not? You need to. You see that key word, need to. You don't need to. Okay? People seem like they need love from other people when you don't. Not only that, some people just get into relationships because it's deemed as a sort of hierarchy within the social status of our society. Say you meet this person, right? And then you get to know them, but it's really quick, extremely quick. Okay? Say a week, okay? Then you start going in your mind and planning out weddings and stuff, okay? Then you start to lust over them within your mind. And when you don't have them, you break down and you lose yourself some sort of way. And there's nothing but problems when it comes to the relationship. That could be many of things. That could be tough love, and you're meant to grow and evolve from that relationship. Or it could be lust. And the thing with lust is within the mind, not within the heart. It's a wanting of someone within the mind. But love is a desire, a passion to love someone for who they are within your heart. We've gotten a lot of stuff confused in love, such as love and lust. But love is complicated sometimes. There's a lot of chemicals that go off in the brain, a lot of energetic stuff that goes on with love. But that doesn't mean we should be scared. We should be scared of it. We shouldn't. We should choose love rather than run away from love. When we start to learn to trust love, that's when we start to grow. Not as a person, but as a couple, as a partnership, as a connection, as a relationship. Both parties start to grow from each other and evolve. And they build that everlasting love that never dies within themselves and within the other person's heart. A mutual ground, but a strong, passionate, desirable, sensual love that never dies. And that's the thing, love never dies. Love will always want to bring you back to someone that you love from the heart. And that's what's beautiful about it. It's because it's just a universal energy that connects us all, that we choose to disregard sometimes out of fear. And I'm not saying that anybody that fears love, I got a problem with you, and that you should have a problem with yourself, because no. Judging is not the way. We tend to judge ourselves too much in love. As in, maybe something so small that someone else does could end up spiraling within your mind, making you overthink about how you are. But you don't have to change who you are to be loved. You are already loved unconditionally of yourself. There will always be a perfect image in the other person's eye in a relationship of how they want to view someone. But that doesn't mean you have to change for them. attached in love as well. As in, there's that that addiction. Because love is an addiction sometimes. Love can be addicting. Some people have love addictions. But love, when it comes to love, you're meant to be non-attached. It makes everything easier. It makes everything flow. See, instead of sitting there waiting and thinking about someone, you don't grasp on to that feeling or the thought of that someone. You let them go. You let them be. And you focus attention onto yourself. Because you have your love with yourself. You don't need that love that other person has. It's nice. It's nice to have. But when they're gone, you learn to appreciate their presence for what it is. And be grateful for what it is. And see how beautiful that love was. But then you let go of it. And you recenter yourself back to your own love. There's lots of things that we can do to improve this thoughts, feelings, and such on love. But the one thing that we can do that can solve our problems as a society, as one, is to stop needing love. And yes, I know it's human. It's only human to want love. But like I keep saying, and like I keep telling y'all, you have the power within you to cultivate your own love. So do it. Do it. And even if someone deems you, I don't know, weird for not having a relationship, who cares? You have a relationship with yourself. And that's what matters. Sometimes people only want to love someone and only want love because it fills a void of that loneliness, that aloneness that we all have within ourselves. It's only natural to feel alone and lonely because humans are social. But learn to start being okay being with yourself, being okay with that aloneness and loneliness, and know that you're not ever truly alone because you're with yourself. And sometimes people are even scared to be alone with themselves. And I get that. I have compassion for you. Because thoughts can be scary sometimes. And the present moment doesn't seem like the best thing in that moment because of the thoughts with yourself. But if you start to trust and be okay with the present moment with yourself, you can grow, you can evolve, you can learn, you can make yourself into the powerful being that you always have been, and always were, and always will be. Even though this this desire to be with someone can be there, that doesn't mean you have to go out and chase it. If you just sit and be content with everything as it is now, what is meant for you and who is meant for you will come to you. And when you are ready to love that person with your full heart, without any fear, with a full trusting within them and yourself, you will feel it. You will feel that powerful energy within yourself, within your heart, within your soul, within your being, when it's time to love that person and to accept their love for you. You have to love and trust love to be able to experience love, rather than fearing it, running away from it. And even if it's a powerful love that you don't believe you are worthy of, just know that you are worthy of anything and everything and anyone within the universe. There's nothing you have to do, there's nothing you have to change, there's nothing that you have to do at all to be worthy of that person, of that place, of that anywhere, of that anyone, of that anything. You are worthy as you are. And instead of pushing that thought, that worthiness away from yourself, learn to accept it. And see how, when you accept it, some of your power comes back to you as it was meant to be. Sorry for the weather. The weather is a little bit windy and rainy today where I live. But yeah. A problem I had when I was trying to grow and evolve myself was learning to be okay with being alone. But now I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being alone. If I'm alone for the rest of my life, I don't give a damn. I trust that everything's gonna work out. I trust that everything is meant to be this way. And if there is a person to come around that's meant for me, they will show up in my life within divine timing. But when you are alone, and perhaps you're in a relationship with someone, accept everything as it is when you're with yourself, and when you're away from someone you love. Because not being okay with being away with someone you love is only going to create pain within you. And that pain is going to be, you're going to want to fill that pain with something or someone. But maybe that something or someone isn't what's best for you. Maybe what's best for you was to choose what was most scary for you. But you chose not to. And that's okay. Don't live in regret. You live and learn. Learn from the mistakes. Learn from everything that you've went through. And learn to choose what's best for you in each moment without fear. Because that fear is the only thing keeping you from your best self, your best reality, your best everything, your best person. If you love someone, love them. But you can't be afraid of them. Anyways, I think that might be the end of the video. Been talking for a substantial amount of time. And I just want you to know that I love you, okay? If nobody else does. But please learn to love yourself. It's what's best for you, and you know it. And I want what's best for you because I love you. And that's why I'm telling you to love yourself. And to choose love over fear. Stay present. Stay safe. I love you. Peace.